Well, bet you never thought you'd see or hear this again, eh? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anthony Walker, the host of the Wrestling Matters podcast. I'm back. That's something I never thought I'd do, ladies and gentlemen. Something I never, ever thought I'd do again. But yeah, it's been quite a rocky road for me, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not here to make excuses. I'm here to talk a little bit about the wrestling, what's been going on. Guess you can call this my comeback episode. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on my Facebook page as well. Facebook.com/Wrestling Matters channel, I believe it is. I haven't been on there for a while. It's going to be on there. It's going to be on my Facebook page. It'll be posted all over Twitter, yada, yada, yada. Things have changed on YouTube since I last did this. But yeah, this will not be on SoundCloud or any other them podcast sites. Ladies and gentlemen, it will not be on there. It'll be on my website as well, which I've got coming up. I just need to work on that a little bit more, but it'll be on there at some point as well. But yeah, I'm back. 2 years ago, July 4th, 2017, changed my world. I would say, can I say I hit rock bottom on this? You know, it's wrong. That might be a bit over the top because I'm still here. But yeah, I had July the 4th, 2 years ago, 2017, that week, I was preparing an episode, a New Japan Pro Wrestling episode of the Wrestling Matters podcast. I was just going to review I was going to review the show. I believe it was Cody Rhodes competing for the IWGP title at the time. Everything was going smoothly, and then tragedy struck me, my family, mostly me, because July the 4th, 2017, my father passed away. And the whole thing that I had, everything that I had that day planned, I was done. Okay? I had to go away and sort this out. And more importantly, sort myself out as well. And I'm not making excuses to you guys. I'm just being straight with you. I'm just letting you know why I've been away for 2 years. But yeah, I couldn't do a podcast. Wrestling was the last thing on my mind at that particular time. I even was on the verge of quitting work as well. I didn't want to go back to work, or I didn't think what was the point, until I had a good group of people let me, know that they needed me, and try to keep me positive and be there for me as well. So I took 2 years away, and that happened in 2017. That is the reason why I stopped the podcast for a bit. I did plan on bringing it back, but only when I was ready. Then, fast forward a year, even more tragedy struck my family when I lost my cousin due to epilepsy. So pretty much, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm saying to you is, and what I'm trying to say is, from 2017, July the 4th, to upcoming 2019, July the 4th, because this is now, I'm in May 18th recording this, coming up July 4th, I have had the worst 2 years of my life, of my existence. I wanted to bring the podcast back, but I wanted to bring it in a new direction. Because I see a lot of people just use YouTube for the podcast and try and do YouTube. Back in the day when I did the podcast, I was doing audio clips, just like little audio videos and all that. That's not going to be the case this time around. because you're going to be seeing this mug right here. And this right here. What you're seeing right now, hopefully it'll be a better background as well. But what you're seeing right now, ladies and gentlemen, is what you're going to be seeing. This is going to be on the YouTube channel. This is going to be on the Facebook page. This may very well be on my Mixer channel and my Twitch channel. I might do some recordings on there. I don't know yet. But everybody's been asking me, or people that gave a shit, has been asking me, why am I bringing back the podcast? And I told them I was bringing it back, but it was going to be on my terms. Some douchebag on Twitter asked me, why am I bringing it back? Well, I'll tell you the reason why I'm bringing it back. It's because A, I love professional wrestling. B, I give a shit about professional wrestling. Always have, always will. And unlike the first time around, I will not be surrounded by keyboard warriors. Or I will not let keyboard warriors get in the way of what I'm doing. I did the first time around, and that was my bad. This time around, I'm not going to do that. And thank you to everybody who, allowed me to go and take away the bit, who sorted stuff out for me and allowed me to break away to go and take care of my business that I was in the middle of doing. Not just my family issues as well, but my own personal issues as well. Because if you know me, if you understand me, or you know me well, not to sound negative or anything, it's just me being honest, I have suffered from anxiety and depression over pretty much a decade. And it's the hardest thing to deal with, but I've dealt with it very well. At least I think I have. It has come back on occasions. Not the depression. Mainly the anxiety. And like I say, it was anxiety and depression, but if I had to choose which one was worse, it was anxiety. Depression, you always get depressed and whatever. And I haven't been that depressed since I left them scumbags at the job centre, so, thank the Lord. During that 2-year period, or this soon-to-be 2-year period, the only thing that's basically kept me going is the gaming channel that I've been doing. The gaming stuff, the online gaming stuff that I've been doing as well. With the, playing on the PS4 and streaming it and whatever. That's the only thing that's kept me going. And work as well. I'm a steward at Middlesbrough Football Club, for those of you that don't know. Other than that, it's been a difficult 2 years. And I'm not making excuses, guys. It's just me telling you as it is. That's why I had to go away and sort myself out. I got away from the anxiety and depression, and I went and did therapy. And I managed to get away, and when my dad died, my father's death, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I was on the verge of a breakdown. I already had a breakdown before, which was nothing serious. But I was scared that I would go back to square one again. So that's why I had to get away. I had to go and sort myself out. I had to regroup and sort my shit out. I was that close of going over the edge at one point in my life. And I thought, I'm never going back there again. I don't want to do that again. Any point. This might sound ridiculous, but it's fact. And I knew I was going to bring the podcast back. But thinking about it over the couple of years that I've had to think about it, I was going to go a different direction with it. I wasn't going to worry about stupid audio clips and, and podcasting, audio sites. You just stick an audio on there and be done with it. Although I did get some good reviews on one site and good views or good listens on the other site, it just wasn't working. I was paying for something that I wasn't getting back. So for the time being, at least with this podcast, until further notice, you will see this podcast on this channel that you're on, if you're on YouTube, the Wrestling Matters channel. You will see this podcast. It's going to be entirely different than what it was. I'm going to come on here. It's not necessarily going to be a once-a-week deal. It might be. I don't know. If I have stuff to review or I want to review, I will do it. I will get on, boom, record, done. I might even live stream it on my channels, my streaming channels that I'm on. But that's a whole different ball game for that. It's going to be on my Facebook page. That's why I'm not going to put an intro on. I might do a little intro here and there for the show, but hopefully it'll be not copyrighted because I don't trust Facebook as far as I like to throw them. So it'll be on my Wrestling Matters Facebook page, the Wrestling Matters podcast Facebook page. It'll be on there as well. So we'll have to wait and see how it all breaks down, basically. But I'm going to be talking wrestling, and there's a lot of stuff that's took place over the 2 years, which I'm going to talk about here and then. WWE going to shit, basically. Raw and SmackDown being the, what the fuck's this? Like I said, I was doing GMW the other day on my streaming channels. Now streaming GMW, my little wrestling promotion series that I do on video games with WWE 2K19. I was saying this the other day. The Superstar Shake-Up and the proverbial if you can call it a Superstar Shake-Up. I don't know what you call it nowadays. But it's not a Superstar Shake-Up. It's quite frankly a joke at the moment. If you had any noise in the background, I was listening to some audio back there, but I've turned it down now. They've decided to put a wild card in, and it's like, really? This wild card thing which allows certain people to come over to Raw, from Raw to SmackDown and Raw, and then SmackDown to Raw. If you're going to break up, and I said this the other day as well when I was talking to somebody about it, if you're going to break up the brand split, do it. Because this whole thing, this whole audio that I've done, this whole situation in WWE at the moment sucks. I don't know why they're doing it. It's ratings. It has to be. Has to be. All about them ratings. All about that rating push as well. Because that's why they've done it. But if you're gonna bring like SmackDown superstars to Raw or Raw superstars to SmackDown, you might as well just split the whole brand up and put them all back together again, and work on who you're gonna use and who you're not gonna use. It's common sense at the end of the day, because you're wasting your time with that. What is the point of having a brand split if you're gonna have people going from Raw to SmackDown? Or SmackDown to Raw, or showing up on Raw, Understandably, if it was like an invasion angle, or if you were doing something for the Survivor Series, then fine. But that's what's going to be every week. It's pretty much the brand split version. The wild card is pretty much the polite way of the brand split. I don't know who's behind it. It's clear as day. It's Vince McMahon, but it's mainly Fox as well. I think Fox have some plug in this. How they have any plug in anything, I don't know at the moment, because they're a network. And yes, SmackDown is going to their network at the end of the year. It's been pretty well documented that's going to the network. But, I mean, come on. I mean, I could give you an example of what how can I put this without sounding like an idiot? Of what they were trying to do. There you go. Of what they were trying to do. I can give you an example of that. During the Superstar Shake-Up, let's get the long in my way. During the Superstar Shake-Up, Fox, Andrade, as he's now known, otherwise known as Andrade Cien Almas, and Rey Mysterio went to Raw. Rey Mysterio went to Raw, and then Andrade soon followed because he had that match with Balor on Raw. then, in whatever circumstance, 1 week later, after that, Andrade is back on SmackDown. Now, there was 2 reasons to that. 2 reasons. One, it's a bit of a daft one, but apparently Andrade is now seeing Charlotte Flair in real life, IRL, and obviously Charlotte at some point obviously campaigned to get him back on SmackDown because she wants to be with him. But the main reason for that, the ultimate reason, was Fox. Because Fox wanted the Latin superstar on SmackDown. So basically they had 2 choices. Rey Mysterio, Andrade. They obviously went with Andrade. And left Rey on Raw. You know, no more juice for Rey, so thought, we'll keep Andrade and we'll bring him back over. You know, not only to shut Charlotte up, but we'll bring him back over. You know, it's but since when did Fox do that? I mean, obviously it's part of the deal that WWE have with Fox, but this is what I'm saying. You know, WWE are worried about networks. You know, they've had worried about USA and what USA were going to do until DX did that little, the State of Union address skit they did, and then obviously USA jumped all over it and thought, yay, we'll jump on board, yay. Even though months prior before that, that's what changed the tide for DX, otherwise DX wouldn't have existed. Because USA were all over DX up until that point, and then when DX did that, it was like USA were kissing their ass, basically. Then it ended up, this is what Fox is doing with this. But like I said, going back to what I was saying, what is the point of WWE being on network television? I know, and you're probably saying to me, oh, it's money, Anthony. Yeah, I know that. It's all about that. Vince is still wound up with that. It's clear as day. You know, don't take a genius to work that out. But they're worried about networks and other people being on networks where they've got their own flaming network that people subscribe to every week, every month, basically, or sign up for every month or whatever. £10 a month, you know? And yes, you get Raw and SmackDown on there, but you do not get them every month. You do not get them straight away. Say, I'll give you an example. This is how it is. You got Monday Night Raw, 20th of May episode coming up this week. You will not get back until June 20th on the network. Okay? You will not get that episode until June 20th on the network. So they're a month behind. But why do they need to do that when they've got their own network? Why do they need to worry about these other, and like I said, it's about money. Obviously, it's clear as day. But why do they need to do that? You know? They've got their own network. They could basically do what they want. They've got their pay-per-views on there, which has pretty much killed their relationship with WWE's relationship with Sky Sports. I'll get to that in a minute as well, because they messed up the pay-per-view thing, didn't they? Because they put all the pay-per-views on the network. Why can't they do that with Raw and SmackDown? NXT's on the network, for crying out loud. And NXT's the number 1 brand in WWE today. I don't care what anyone says. You know? Raw, SmackDown, NXT. NXT wins. Sorry about that. But NXT is the place to be. You know? And you can't blame if people are getting called up to Raw. They want to stay on NXT. Would you want to go on the main roster? You know? It's clear as day. It's clear as day. Clear as day. You know? And NXT's kicking ass on the network. It's probably drawing them ratings on the network, if they have the ratings thing on the network anyway. But people probably sign up just to watch NXT. I guarantee you this, if they put Raw on the network and not Raw and SmackDown on the network and trimmed Raw to 2 hours, everything will be smooth. Everything will be up and doing. And they'll probably get a lot more subscribers than they already have. You know? I'd sign up for Raw. I'd sign up to go on the network. Beats them going on friggin' networks and going on Sky Sports. Because I heard during the week that Sky Sports' relationship with WWE is over. Their 30-odd year relationship they've had WWE UK programming on their network, on Sky Sports, which is why I've always had Sky Sports to begin with. They've had their programming on their network for 30-odd years, but apparently now it's coming to an end because they're not going to sign the contract. They're not going to renew the contract. So apparently BT Sport in the UK has stepped in and said, we'll take over. So I don't know when it's going to be, but in the near future, if you want to see WWE on UK television, BT Sport, it's going to be on. So credit to BT Sport for stepping up. But like I said, the ultimate reason why WWE are no longer going to be on Sky Sports is because of the whole pay-per-view thing. Because the pay-per-views are now on the network, aren't they? And yes, they were shown on Sky Box Office, but £10 a month, 30-odd quid a month. You work that out, okay? £10 a month for the pay-per-views, classic Raws, classic SmackDowns, Nitros, Thunders, whatever. You know, but mainly pay-per-views. £10 a month for a pay-per-view, a WWE pay-per-view, good or bad, you get £10 a month. £40 a month, pretty much. Network wins. Simple as that. Okay? When there's something there for £10 a month, are you going to be that crazy to pay 40-odd quid a month for a pay-per-view, a WWE pay-per-view on Sky Box Office? You know? Logic. So that's why it's going down the toilet as well. But, like I said, WWE just needs to put Raw and SmackDown on their network and be done with it. Basically. You know, not sign with the UK thing. You know, not sign with any UK TV rights. Just put it on the network and you get a lot of people. And it's only £10 a month. I'm signed up to a lot of stuff and I'm on the verge. I'm considering going to sign up with Impact Plus as well. Catch up with some more Impact Wrestling shows and stuff like that. I'll get to Impact Wrestling in a bit. Because their stuff, old school stuff on there, I'd pay the money just to go. I pay the money it is to subscribe every month just to watch their flaming show. I'm going to get it for £30. I'm going to get it for 30 days for free anyway. But I'd watch it just to watch the old Asylums and the old school pay-per-views. The pay-per-views that they had when they were on the wrestling channel in the UK. I mean, that was a dream. Then it all went down to hill and then Impact Wrestling. I mean, credit to them now. They're focusing on the product in the ring than they ever did. And, you know, salute. But is it good as what it used to be? No. I would compare Impact Wrestling now in terms of crowd atmosphere. Although from what I've seen, and I haven't seen a lot of this promotion, so if any of you guys watch this promotion and coming at me in the comments or anything like that, don't at me on there because I don't know it 100% because I've never seen any of their shows. I've seen clips on their YouTube channel. I'm talking about House of Glory as well. In terms of crowd participation, crowd atmosphere, there's sort of semblance of that as well in that respects. Or maybe, if not House of Glory, MLW as well. I could probably compare it more. It's probably more MLW than House of Glory in terms of the crowd atmosphere. So they need to, you know, there's a lot of work that needs to be done there in that respects. But in terms of the in-ring product in Impact Wrestling, you know, it's very good. It's very good. They've had some good wrestlers. Even Van Dam's joined them for crying out loud because apparently WWE wouldn't have him do a part-time deal. So he thought, all right, I've got Impact Wrestling. Got Impact Wrestling, we're all over it. Thought, get him in. Let's do it. Last time I saw him, he was wrestling Ethan Page. Apparently, he's going to be wrestling Tommy Dreamer next week, as of this recording, next episode of Impact, which will be the 24th. as well, which you can see Impact Wrestling now streamed on Twitch in America. If you want to see it, if you want to wait until the UK and everything, but if you want to see Impact Wrestling streamed, it's on Twitch. Just one problem though. If you're in the UK, it might be a little, unless you go to bed dead early and get up, it might be a little tough for you because it's streamed at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And last time I checked, 10 p.m. Eastern Time is 3 a.m. UK time as well. So like I said, but if you can get on the YouTube, the Impact Wrestling Twitch channel, I will be going back on there. I took a break from them because I got fed up with seeing it, to be honest with you, on there. But I will be, trying out that Impact Plus before long. Speaking of Impact, AEW, All Elite Wrestling, is coming a week today, in fact. Is it a week today? Yeah. Let me double check that. Yeah, week today. As of this recording that I'm doing. May 25th, Double or Nothing arrives and AEW officially arrive on the wrestling scene. Now, people have asked me this. Are AEW competing with WWE, or are they going to be a competitor to WWE? The answer to that is yes. Right now, no. The only thing AEW are probably competing with WWE with is the roster. It's clear as day. It's a clear as day they're competing with the roster. And that's why WWE are pretty much shitting themselves in terms of trying to keep their talent on their roster and sign them to contracts. I mean, look at what they're doing with Luke Harper, for Christ's sake. They're trying to keep him on their roster and have him just run out his contract and then add another 6 months to it, which is complete garbage, for Christ's sake. But it seems that they're trying to keep him in there and do what they can to keep him in there because they believe that Luke Harper will go to AEW and become a star. Well, if they believe that, then why don't they make him a star in WWE? He's been a tag team champion, and I think he's been an Intercontinental champion if I remember correctly. I think he had a run with the Intercontinental title at one point. But it's basically like what Pac did. Neville. He's over to AEW now. He left WWE. It's pretty much what they're doing. Dean Ambrose has even left WWE because he got sick of his contract. He got sick of the creative side to his character and what he was doing. But he walked away. He did what he did at WrestleMania, yada yada yada, and that was it. He left, and everybody thinking he's going to AEW, which, to be honest with you, wouldn't be surprising. But All Elite Wrestling can be a big deal and will be a big deal. They're already proven that. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I got the shock of my life when they signed a deal here in the UK with, of all people, ITV, for Christ's sake. That blew me, I'm not kidding you, that literally blew me away. I was like, whoa, where the hell did that come from? I never expected that. I didn't even expect ITV to jump all over anything wrestling. I mean, they got World of Sport. And I even said this as well, the only thing wrong with World of Sport, it was too predictable for me. Because you could see a mile away what they were doing on that show. That's the only downside I had with it. Other than that, it was okay. But predictability, I've always said, it's all about unpredictability. And AEW coming over here. Apparently the kickoff show is going to be on ITV4 from 12 midnight to 1 o'clock. And then at 1 o'clock on the 25th, early hours of the 26th, boom, AEW. The whole show. So ITV will probably get to see Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega, for crying out loud, Young Bucks and great talent like that. Even Cody Rhodes going one-on-one with his brother, the artist now formerly known as Dustin Goldust, Dustin Rhodes. or Ronalds, whatever he's called himself. But he seems to be a different character now. He's still doing the face paint character gimmick. What he's calling himself from that, I don't know. I guess we'll find out on the 25th. But it's going to be a big deal. And I believe AEW will be a big deal. Like I said, they've already got WWE on the ropes in terms of roster. Because WWE's panicking like hell. In terms of in-ring product, we can only find out. I mean, somebody asked me the other day, now that AEW signed to the Turner Network, and yes, TNT, wrestling is back on TNT in America, Turner Network Television, the old network for WCW, well, it's back. AEW has joined that and signed a deal with them. Will we get that over here in the UK? And I know we probably won't get it straight away. We'll probably get it on, like say, it'll air in America first, and then it'll be up here about 2 days. But we will get TV shows over here, the TV show over in the UK on ITV. You know, I'll be down for that. I'll be down for that. All day long. But with that happening now, what are they going to do with World of Sport? Are they going to keep World of Sport and still air World of Sport? I mean, season 2's right around the corner of the TV show that was on aired last year. And season 2's right around the corner. Or a couple of years. Was it last year? 2 years ago? I don't know when it was. But season 2's surely around the corner. I don't know if they're going to bring that back. Now they've got AEW. Because in terms of ratings, AEW will bring them ratings, money, boom. A lot better than what... and it'll be a lot better product than what World of Sport is. Oh yeah, absolutely. That I have no doubt about. But what's going to happen? Who knows? But I'm looking forward to AEW. I really am pumped for AEW, and I will be watching it at some point. If I don't watch it on the actual pay-per-view itself, which doesn't seem it's going to be, I don't know. I will watch it. I know some sites I'll have it on, so I will check it out. But yeah, I mean, AEW in there as well. ICW still kicking butt as well. And Progress. I haven't watched Progress for a while, but AEW signed Jimmy Havoc and he had his farewell over there, which had to have been emotional. And yes, credit to AEW for even signing Jimmy Havoc. Because the stuff that Jimmy Havoc does now in the indies, you will not be allowed to do that in WWE. No chance. No chance. But yeah, that's my opinions on most of the wrestling since I've been away. This is my comeback episode, ladies and gentlemen. Like it, share it, subscribe it if you're watching this on the YouTube. This is the direction it's going. What you're seeing right now, hopefully I'll get a better background, but what you're seeing right now, it's not going to be audio. Okay? I will record, air this on the channel, and then you guys do what you want with it. You know, have your opinions on it. Drop a comment in the comment below as well. The difference is between this now, it is my way. This podcast is now my way, my rules. If you want to be on this podcast, let me know. I can still work with people. I'm willing to work with people and give people a try. But this podcast now is keyboard warrior free. Okay? That means I'm not going to be working with people or be associated with wrestling fans that have an opinion and think they're right just like that. Doesn't work like that. Okay? Everybody has an opinion. You are wrong at what it is. Hey, I have plenty of opinions about the professional wrestling. And 99% of the time, I'm always wrong. So, these are my opinions. My opinions are my own. If you don't like them, don't watch the podcast. Or don't watch the video, whatever. This will be on the YouTube channel, Wrestling Matters channel. This will be on the Facebook page of the Wrestling Matters channel as well. This will be all over social media as well. So if you want to check it out, it's up to you. But I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. Wrestling Matters podcast is back. I'm a keyboard warrior free zone. I want to work with wrestling fans. I want to be around wrestling fans and try and build a good community for myself. You are not welcome if you have an opinion and you want to stir shit up. Okay? It is a positive podcast. If you don't like it, stay away from it. Wrestling matters to me. I hope it matters to you. I'm out. It's good seeing you again. And I will be back with the series. This is my comeback episode. I will be back. But I just thought I'd do this now. Just get out of the way. Enjoy whatever it is you're doing today. I'll see you next time. Peace out.